The podcast you're about to listen to will be discussing and spoiling movies throughout the duration of the show. It is also riddled with bad language, so if that's not your thing, well, we tried to warn you. Hello everyone, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features. My name is Erika Gwynn, and I'm here to say hello and welcome you to the show. Join with me are two men who I'd totally go troll hunting with. We have Daniel Gwynn.
Hey, how are you?
And Matt Stein.
I have a business haircut today.
I see. You got a very flock of seagulls thing going on.
And when it gets this long, I can do all sorts of fun stuff with it.
So before we get into the episode and all of Matt's different hairstyles that we're going to experiment with, some plugs. You can find Monster Madness on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all other obscure social media platforms. Please find us, friend us, like us. We like to interact with you. You can also reach out to us on monstermadnesspod@gmail.com if you want to just say hello, give episode suggestions, what have you. All down for it. You can also support the show at the cost of nothing. You can give us a rating and review. You know why. We like them. Boost the show. People find it. Yada, yada, yada. You can also buy merch at tpublic.com or become a Patreon. There are multiple tiers you can join and all have fun little perks that you can get. But with that, let's get right down to it. On this episode, we will be talking about the Norwegian film from 2010, Trolljegeren. So, Trolljegeren is a Norwegian film, like I said. It has subtitles, so if you don't like to read your films, I can't help you there. You probably should, because a lot of films have subtitles. This one stars Otto Jespersen, Glenn Tosterud, and Johanna Mork. If I'm mispronouncing any of these names, I know Norwegian names have different pronunciations. I'm doing my best here. The tagline for this film was, "You'll believe it when you see it." Oh, snap. I don't think I have a director. Oh, no, I do have a director. Directed and written by Andre Overdahl. Again, I don't know if that's a correct pronunciation.
You tried.
Well, no, they have different, they have an O with a slash in it. I don't know what that means.
The O is silent.
Then it would be Vervedal.
I actually don't know. I don't know Norwegian.
That might be correct. You never know. Either way, those are the actors. Those are the people. Hit me with the budget.
The budget for this movie was $3.5 million American dollars. It was 19 million, whatever Norway uses. And okay, knock monies. Norwegian krone.
I would say it's more than American, though.
No. 1 Norwegian krone now equals 0.094 United States dollars.
Not that much.
Yeah, well, 19 million Norwegian krone were 3.5 million American dollars.
We're just going to go with American dollars because that's the metric that I can understand.
No, totally. I figured because we're in the spirit of Norwegian. Now, I do want to point out I had a hard time reading the subtitles because I'm only on Hooked on Phonics tape 9 and 11 is the Norwegian subtitle tape, so I just didn't get there in time.
Well, full transparency, we did have the original one with the subtitles, but whoever did the subtitles on the version that we acquired,
A little slow.
it was either way too early or way too late, and so eventually we watched the English dubbed one, and I felt really gross about it, but I could not understand what was going on, and I was getting a headache from trying to keep up with everything. That said, Norwegians rock.
Oh, for sure. I also want to poke holes in my own joke. The subtitles would have been in English, so Hooked on Phonics tape 9 would have sufficed for reading them. Oh, come on. Nothing?
I held it in. I held my laugh in.
I was lost.
Matt, Dan had no idea what you were saying.
What's Hooked on Phonics?
Do you really not know what Hooked on Phonics is?
No, I was definitely on them.
Oh, okay. I did it too.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. You really had them, though?
I really had them.
I didn't have them. I'm so jealous.
Kindergarten, I had to do it.
I think I did it in like first or second grade, but I believe yours probably would have been on CD. Mine came in on cassette tapes in like the big plastic
You
book.
legit are not that much older than us.
I remember being in kindergarten, and the teacher would be like, "All right, Dan, it's your time," and then like a group of us kids would go to whatever the classroom was with learning, and then we'd go.
But was your Hooked on Phonics on cassette tape or CD?
I don't remember.
It was probably cassette.
I remember the booklets that came with them. There was like these little booklet things that you had to like do along with them.
I just remember I saw the commercials all the time. I was really jealous that I couldn't have them.
Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
Exactly. Everyone seems
You're
so
going to get
happy.
the shit kicked out of you, kid.
Help me learn to read.
I'm proud of you.
I don't remember if it did or not.
Well, I hope it helps you learn to read Norwegian.
I was very
Names.
stubborn when I was in kindergarten. I was like, I'm not going to learn to read because I don't need it.
Because you're not stubborn now.
And they're like, hey, you got to learn to read or you're going to have to stay in this class forever. And I was like, oh, okay. I got to learn to read.
I don't know. The middle school I went to, there was 3 people who didn't actually pass 8th grade, but they all gave them diplomas anyways because it was a private school and everyone didn't want anyone to be left out.
So the plot of this movie, it starts out as a group of students from Volta University College. Oh, I would say the main character, Thomas, Joanna, and their cameraman, Kayla?
Cal, I think?
Cal,
yeah.
set out to make a documentary about a suspected bear poacher, Hans. At the side of an illegal slain bear, they interview local hunters who comment that the bear's tracks look odd, as well as Finn Honningen, head of Norwegian Wildlife Board. So after seeing the way that they made the bear tracks, of course they're odd looking. So Finn dismisses the idea that the bear tracks could have been faked. The students follow Hans and attempt to secure an interview, but he continually refuses them.
Mm-hmm. He does not want to be bothered.
They eventually, bug his little his truck and his camper.
Yeah.
And then after following him into the forest by waiting there at the trailer park that they're at, they set off to follow him. So they see mysterious flashing lights and hear roars. Hans comes roaming back, and they believe he screams troll.
Troll!
And I kind of even missed it at that part because he says it really fast.
Yeah, you're like, well, what's that word mean in Norwegian? I'm like, he said troll.
It didn't sound like troll.
The same as in English.
Troll, because this is English dubbed.
But they didn't. For us, the version that we listened, the word wasn't dubbed. It was the actual actor.
Yeah, no, I think it was. Yeah,
and I was like, whoa. I'm like, what?
I guess the word in Norwegian is troll because I think the title of this film in like the original title is like Trolljegeren.
Yep.
Go me. So, I guess it's pretty. There's no like different wording for that. But yeah, so they see a bunch of like flashing lights and the trees are creaking and I would have already been out.
Thomas is bit, by the way. He's bit or scratched at this point. He doesn't really talk about it until they get back, and they've realized that once they find out that it is trolls, and Hans confesses that he was bit. So through skeptics, they finally ask Hans multiple times, hey, can we follow you and film you hunt these trolls? And he's like, no, and they just keep following him and following him. He finally agrees.
But that's the thing I don't get. Like, why would he eventually just agree? With these bitchy ass little college students, like saying, we want to film you. I
think he really needed the help. Like, if you see what he's doing, like,
clearly,
you can't do that by yourself.
No, man, I wouldn't be hunting trolls.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one into troll lore, but I mean, those things look pretty damn huge. So I'm a little guy. I don't think I can take out this 30-foot troll.
Trolls are really stupid.
They're made out of rock. After you shoot them with that light gun.
No, I quoted Harry Potter and you didn't get it. I know Matt's not going to get it. I was hoping you would.
What was I supposed to say after that?
Somebody left a troll in. Troll in the dungeon. Fucking, I'm just going to insert the clip right here.
Troll in the dungeon.
No, I'm going to cut you out and just put in the Harry Potter quote. God.
What?
Troll in the dungeon! What do you want to know?
All right, so Han agrees to have them come along on these missions to hunt down these trolls. And he says, you have to listen to everything I say. So the next day they go out and they disguise themselves with this troll stench that looked like this snot, greasy mixture of, I don't even know what.
It looked like jizz.
Do not be putting this stuff on me.
Yeah, we need to take a moment here. What would it take for you to hunt a troll in these types of circumstances?
In today's world?
Yeah, how badly do I really want to see a troll?
Mine would be for the reward.
What reward do you think you're getting?
Like, if you told me if I could bring one of these things in alive, I'd get millions of dollars, it'd be done.
Wow, so you're that fucking asshole in King Kong that he's like, look, the 8th wonder of the world. Fucking.
Yeah. But this like, the way that they describe it is these trolls are just everywhere. It's not like you're going somewhere crazy. I could go into the woods and just find one of these trolls because they have territories.
Here's my biggest complaint about this movie, now that we're talking about finding trolls, is no one seems to know that these things exist, but they're like fucking 50 feet tall and stomp through like hills and shit and then have big ass battles and stuff. Like, no one's ever seen them.
I was just going to touch on that. Like, they're just like, oh, I guess there hasn't been any rock battles here. Like, you're telling me.
Nobody was driving around at that time of the night?
Yeah.
In this whole country?
And they don't hear these huge cracks of boulders being thrown at one another.
Yeah, I mean, the tornadoes and the guys describing them that like they describe, who was it, Special Services or something came up to them?
TSS.
Yeah,
TSS.
Troll Special Services, which if you look at the piece of paper that they show, it's TST. I'm sure whatever Norwegian word for T means services. You know, that's what I figured.
Yeah, that's true. We gotta remember that this is a Norwegian film.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was more captivated by the country. I was like, I just want to live here.
The only thing
that
was nice. The landscaping of all the pictures that you saw in the movie. That was beautiful.
It seemed like a dream. Like I read an article once that like Norway is like the happiest place on earth to live, and I can see why.
You're
Yeah.
like, I'll live there. Goodbye, troll.
Yeah, I'd be like, sure.
Don't disturb the landscape.
Eat all the fucking bears. I don't care.
I was happy, though, in this movie that they did destroy bridges. I was like, 'cause that's the only thing I know about trolls, is that trolls live under bridges.
I didn't even know that fact, so
Yeah.
you're just schooling me. I don't know any folklore about trolls. This is all new territory
I was
for
always
me.
told that, like, you had to pay...
The troll toll to get to the boy's hole?
Not that
my
sentence.
God.
Neither of you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No, I hate
No.
that show.
Oh,
so
yeah, there's a
close to
line
Philadelphia.
where it says you got to pay the troll toll to get to the boy's soul, but Frank keeps saying get to the boy's hole. Yeah. But Dan is right. I mean, generally folklore of trolls are that they live under a bridge and you have to get them something or answer a question to proceed.
Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only troll knowledge is those little guys, those little little dolls from the 90s with the
The hair?
hair.
Yeah.
That's it. There it is.
Yeah. I was
Troll
going to make
hair.
a joke about how the only troll knowledge you have is when you look in the mirror.
Oh, burn. That's actually a good burn.
I thought you were going to say something relevant, so I didn't want to cut you off.
No, that was actually a really good burn.
Thanks.
I'm a little cinched over here.
Feel free to keep that in.
Oh, I'm gonna.
So back to this movie.
Oh, you calm down.
You find out that when they're putting the stench on, if you're a Christian, you're like screwed.
I have such a huge problem with this. Do Christians smell different?
This is what I don't get.
You smell
If
pure.
you're not Christian, you have to put the stench on. Or is it only for Christians?
Well, did you see how vigorously
Because
the
he
one
was
guy
putting his Vaseline on. Whew, he was smothering that thing. He had an inch on him.
Even the troll, so the first time when they put the stink on and the troll still, quote unquote, smells a Christian, like, I don't know how he noticed that he could smell a Christian just because he stopped. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. But my understanding is that the goop does not cover up
Oh,
Christian stink. What?
I hate that word.
You hate the word goop?
Goop.
Really?
Yeah, because it just makes you think of. Yeah.
Noise like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Better than
I'm not
moist.
a fan of oop words.
It's like the Nickelodeon goop.
Poop, goop, doop, moop, scoop.
Just gonna go down the alphabet. The only one I do like, boop.
So you don't like the word scoop?
I don't have a problem with scoop because that usually I'm referring to like scooping ice cream, and
Fair
I'm
enough.
always happy when that's happening.
Not scoop these nuts.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to ruin everything for you.
I'm gonna burn. You are literally the epitome of like that Elmo fire meme right now. Like, even your hair is kind of tweaked out and
Is it
matches,
really?
like, just the chaos. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right, so now they're walking into the forest to go hunt these trolls. And
Wait,
Hans,
what?
Hunt. He said hunt. I thought he said hump. He said hunt.
Hunt.
Clearing that up right now. We're gonna go fuck these trolls.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
So they go into the forest to hunt these trolls, and Hans is wielding this huge gun that has a UV flashlight on it.
I like
which
to
is
call
very,
it a party light.
Is that that's what you think it was? Like a little strobe?
Pretty much. I mean, if he hooked it up right, it could have been a lot more fun to hunt these trolls.
So the students freak out when this huge, giant, three-headed troll comes running through the forest because they see his flashlight gun going off, and they're hearing noises in the distance. As they're running away, they kind of get tripped up, and the students manage to escape, but a few of them are stuck in the woods. And one of them comes face to face with the troll. He's got his camera on and night vision, and you see what the troll actually looks like at this point.
This is the one with 3 heads, right?
Yes.
And it's like sniffing all around.
Yeah.
Yep, sniffing all around for him because he turns out that's the Christian.
Where's that Christian blood? Ooh, that might be that's the name of my new metal band, Christian Blood.
Might be taken.
I was gonna say I bet it's taken, but I'll look in a minute.
So he manages to get away, and heads back to the truck. And Hans hits the troll with his huge flashlight that's on the van, and it turns into stone.
Yeah, it's like a massive UV light because trolls can't come out in the daytime, which I didn't know until this movie.
Christian Blood from Leeds, England, split up, released a split in 2004 called "Running Out of Places to Hide the Bodies."
Sounds pretty hardcore.
Yeah, probably pretty bad.
Probably.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So Hans breaks up this troll with a sledgehammer, and it comes tumbling down. They head back into town, and he explains to them that the reason they came along is because he's tired of working for this little compensation that he's getting to save the whole world of trolls, and he wants to divulge the truth and tell everybody and have the truth come out about the trolls. So then they meet up with Finn, who actually works for the Troll Security Service, who you saw earlier. The first time he's describing that the bear is actually a bear, you find out that he's a TSS agent, or he's the man. What is he? The manager?
He's something.
He's something very important, but he's freaking out because they still have the video cameras rolling, and he's disturbed that Hans is telling all this to them, and it's breaking the security of their services of the TSS.
I wonder if there's trolls in America.
You think?
Well, like, they can't just be in Norway.
Well, I mean, they have their territories.
I wonder what, like, an Italian troll is like.
Does it speak Italian?
I would assume so. Well, no, they don't speak.
They don't speak.
They do not speak.
Well, maybe he doesn't know they speak. They got to communicate somehow.
And through grunts and farts, apparently, because, like, there was a whole scene where they, like, just,
and they're in the cave?
Yeah, and they're
Oof.
just farting.
So after Finn freaks out, you see him deposit a new bear, and it's the wrong bear, by the way.
It's a Croatian bear.
Croatian bear. It doesn't even, what's it, from Russia? I think that's what they said.
It's supposed to be a Scandinavian bear, but I think it's a Croatian bear being dropped off by Polish painters.
Polish painters, yep. And
There's just a lot going on in that one.
Yeah.
and then he doesn't pay them the right amount of money. They're like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
So you see them drop the bear. Hans shoots into the woods, make it seem like a hunter killed this bear. Finn is going around with these sticks with bare feet on poles, and he's making the marks. He also has them on his feet.
Yeah, which is what
And
you
he's
were
walking
referring
around.
to earlier.
And I think it turns up later that he put the wrong one on the foot or something because the hands were crisscrossed.
I missed that part.
And they had that in the interview, and like the kid's like crisscrossing his hands, like,
doesn't
how did
make
this
sense.
line up? And then he gets in the car and just bolts away.
As he does.
So Hans and the group decide that they have to go, and because three-headed troll, by the way, was the wrong troll. So they're looking for this other troll. They figure out that it's in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
They go to look for it, and they stumble upon this cave, which is it was like a mining cave.
A cave of wonders.
They get stuck in the Cave of Wonders as trolls start to come in, and they hide in this little tiny hole. What would you do if you were stuck in this thing?
Daniel, like with most of the hypothetical game that you play with me all the time, like what would you do in this situation? I wouldn't fucking be there in the first place.
You wouldn't
Right.
be slobbering this troll scent all over you like they are? Like, I gotta put more troll scent on.
No, because okay, I totally am down for student documentary.
Documentary?
Thank you. I'm totally down with that. People, spreading their wings, and that as soon as I would have walked into his trailer and saw a bunch of fucking troll tails just chilling in there, I've been like, okay,
the time hanging on the wall.
Yeah, like this was a great idea. Peace out, Cub Scout, and I would have left. And that, like, cause he's like, oh, why do you have so many troll tails? He's like, oh, so I smell like a troll. Like, duh.
That's when shit started to get really weird.
What do you think it smells like?
Ass.
Just feet?
Yeah, like rotting dick.
Dirt?
Well, here's the thing. That's what I was
Nastiness?
saying to him. Every time I saw a troll walking around and the tail was like hanging between their legs, I'm like,
I thought it was his dick. Yep.
Every time I'm like, is
Yep.
that dick?
Yeah.
It was odd. I liked his paintings, though, and his little drawings of the trolls. I thought that was interesting.
Oh, him figuring out like, oh, this bridge collapsed, but this was a troll who that stood up in the water and
Yeah,
whacked its
I
head.
thought
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting.
How he kind of like forensic
Yeah.
scienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Look at that luscious wave he has going on in his hair.
All I did was get it so it wasn't in my face.
I know, it's like just
We need a commercial of him just doing the thing with his hair.
My mom would
Come
be
listen
super
to
pumped.
Monster Madness, and he does the hair.
oh my god, it's like an Herbal Essence commercial.
Yeah.
The essence of water is wetness.
We could have him on a herbal essence.
What is it? The
commercial.
essence of water is life? Oh, no, wait. The essence
I
of life
don't
is
know,
water,
it's
and the
just
F.
some dumb shit.
You know what
I
I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
This is genius.
I just remember those commercials where it was basic.
I love the stickers. Do you ever get the magazines and it's always like they have the scratch and sniffed? Ooh, those things smelled so good.
All right, now we know what Daniel like jacked off to when he was a kid. The Herbal Essence stickers.
Moisture is the essence of wetness, and wetness is the essence of beauty. Zoolander. When he's the fucking merman.
No, I just remember seeing those commercials of like women basically washing their hair and like having orgasms in the shower, and I'm like, "What's going on, Mom?" And she's like, "Nothing," because I was
Yeah.
like 4. Continue, Daniel.
So at this time, they finally plan to escape. When they're leaving the cave, the one reporter gets attacked, the Christian, and he gets killed.
Oh yeah, he starts freaking out. He's like, "I believe in God," and then
Yeah,
he
because
gets
he starts praying in the little hole, and then the two trolls wake up. They
That's what
escape.
she
They
said.
run out. They get spooked. Kill the guy. They grab the camera that now has a broken screen. and
priorities.
they head out of here. Now, in the meantime, I don't know when they had the time to do this. They had a whole new person fly in and bring new camera equipment. And they're like, oh, don't worry. She's not Catholic. She's Muslim.
Which I'm like,
And I'm like, when did you have the time to go get this person?
I also want to know why trolls are such judgy assholes.
Yeah, it's like, we only kill Christians.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what makes no sense that they never explain as to why trolls hate Christians or they smell different or why any of that fucking matters.
Yeah, I don't know if that has to do like deep into the folklore because like that's a really hardcore thing in apparently in Norway, and I didn't really get into like too much detail about it, but
There are documentaries about Norwegian death metal bands burning churches. It is a thing out there.
yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know that the folklore is really a really hardcore thing out there. So I don't know if that's something that's in there that we just don't know about because we didn't grow up with it. But it's just I don't
Somebody
know.
knows, you can tell us.
Yeah, I think we actually do have a couple listeners in Norway. So hit us up.
Yeah. But up until this part, I thought this was a pretty good movie. You know, they got some pretty cool things going on. So, as you know, Thomas got bitten, and we
did.
found out that the one troll had rabies
Dun, dun, dun.
because the veterinarian calls and tells them they're already at this point looking for another troll, a huge mountain troll. And Hans tells them that, oh, the troll that we killed had rabies. I think you have rabies. And Thomas is like, I gotta get out of here. And it's pretty much just like everybody else is like, no, we're going to stay. We're going to stay.
I mean, it's a valid reaction. If you told me I was about to be rabid, I'd be like, I need to get to the hospital right now before lockjaw.
So he's got the infected bite. They hide back in the cabin, and we find out that they only think that this mountain troll is like 20 to 40 feet tall. Turns out that it's 50 to 100 meters tall,
which is a lot.
which is a huge. It's like a football field.
Yeah, it's a big troll.
That thing's huge. It coming in, and we found out that the towers, electrical towers, are actually designed to trap these trolls. And he's knocking towers over. He's getting electrocuted. He's making a big stink. And Hans jumps in his mighty truck and is like, "I'm gonna go kill it with my special flashlight that's on the truck," which is like a Batman spotlight. And he's blinking at it, and the kids are chasing after him in the truck. They finally catch up with them. They get in the truck, and this troll knocks them out, and the truck goes flying.
It does.
But does he, at this point, I guess he eventually does kill the troll with the gun, and the troll dies, and then off in the distance, Finn and all the people come back, and the camera crew runs off into the field, and that's the last you know.
That ending, I didn't understand the whole point
It's
of that.
very fast.
Okay, so they kill the troll. He shoots it with it seems like a light bulb, and implodes from the inside. And then Thomas starts freaking out, and he has the camera, and he goes to book it. And the last thing you see is 2 Mack trucks driving by, and that's where they say in this.
Do they get hit by the truck?
Well,
I don't know.
well, obviously not, because they were never found. Nobody that was involved in this was ever found again.
I just find it odd that if they went missing because the TSS took them, why would they let the footage surface?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like a weird additive to be like, okay, this is, obviously this is a found footage movie, but we don't know what happened to the people that were involved in filming it at all. It just kind of seemed like a weird thing to throw in there.
So,
Something like the Blair Witch Project, which is, I think this is Norway's Blair Witch. It kind of made sense that oh, okay, because it's a demon, these people disappeared. You never see the light of day again. But these people, there was, not only was there a lot of them, but it just seemed like a weird place to end the movie.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I did have some of my favorite parts of this movie. I liked he had the suit of armor for the one troll that they had to kill that was on the bridge.
He's like, I hate this part.
Because they had to get the syringe full
Yeah.
of his blood. I thought that was kind of pretty funny, but I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good scene.
Yeah.
Of him getting picked up and thrown around. And then, like you said, there's just maybe we don't know enough about troll lore, but it's just certain things were kind of out of place to me. They're a little odd.
Yeah, but before we get into that, we have finished the plot, and we are going to go into Questions of the Damned. So if you're paying attention at home, Matt is, you gotta win it all, Dan, from here on out.
Let's hope I can do it.
We'll continue on with Questions of the Damned, but I'm just saying, it'd be nice if you won a little bit. These questions are as good as I could do. There really wasn't too much information out there, so I'll do what I can. Dan, you'll get the first question.
I'm ready.
Most of the actors in this film are popular performers. What genre do they mainly perform in? Horror and fantasy, comedy, or romance/soap operas?
I'm going to go with horror and fantasy.
I need you to repeat the options, please.
Horror and fantasy, comedy, or romance/soap operas?
You're going to be really mad. Can you say the first one again?
Horror and fantasy,
And then the second one?
comedy.
Or soap opera. God damn, that's a hard one. That's obviously not the one that Daniel said, which would have been my original guess. I don't think it's going to be full-on comedy, but soap opera seems a little... But this is Norway. Let's go with soap operas.
Most of the actors that you see in this film are very famous comedians in Norway.
Is this considered a comedy? I'm just wondering. Like horror/comedy?
It's considered a mockumentary.
Oh.
All right, Matthew. This film is riddled with Scandinavian folklore. For example, the image of a goat on a bridge with a troll living underneath of it. What tale does this reference? Is it Three Billy Goats Gruff, Boots Who Ate a Match with a Troll, or Soria Moria Castle?
The only one that I know of is the Billy Goat's Gruff, so that's my guess. All right. The other two actually exist?
Yes.
Okay.
That was easy though. It had goat in there.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, the other one had the word troll in it. Where is it? Don't start getting bigger now. He's only up 1 point. All right, Daniel.
Yeah.
How much did the man pay for the dead bear? 25,000, 35,000, or 55,000?
35,000.
Really? I thought it was 25,000 and then the guy complained.
I had to dive deep into my mind.
No, it was 35.
Okay.
35, whatever, crones, I think you said.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
All right, Matthew. How many groups of trolls are there? 2, 4, or 6?
I believe there's 2. Woodland and rock trolls, I think.
There are forest and mountain trolls, which I didn't realize. I thought they were the same thing, but whatever. So, it's okay, Daniel. You can do this. You can do this. What is the first type of troll that Hans is tracking? A ringlefinch, a tosserlad, or a jotnar?
It's a wrinklefinch, but the actual
Stop talking. You got it right. It's this one, but let me elaborate. Don't elaborate. Just
Okay.
all right. So we're tied here. This is the bonus question. Matt, obviously text your answer to me, and once I receive the message, Dan, you can say it to me. How many people protect Norway from trolls? This is a fill-in-the-blank question, so you gotta figure that out for yourself.
Fuck.
Yep, so text me that answer whenever you think of it.
Whatever I sent you is the number that came to mind, so that's what we're going with.
Okay, so Daniel, what is your number? How many?
Just for Norway?
How many people protect Norway from trolls?
I think it's just the one guy.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Matt answered 7, but Daniel would be correct. Only Hans technically protects Norway from trolls.
The other guys have like different territories, like different countries.
Shit.
Right?
Yes.
So they did have the names at the top. I did notice that as he was filling one of them out.
Well, there was literally a conversation between Thomas and Hans where he's like, how many of you are there like in Norway? And he's just like, just me.
I do remember that a little bit.
Boom!
But,
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I was really worried.
No one pats me on the back when I win all the fucking time.
Yeah, you just get a fucking mug and a case of beer or whatever we sent you.
Hey, man, if he wins, the mug comes or the cup comes back and the beer goes with it.
So now that we have finished questions of the Dan is our victor. Congratulations.
Yay. Insert cheer here.
So now we're at the portion of the show. Would we watch this movie again? Would we recommend it to you? Did we like it? Yada, yada, yada. I'll go first. I did like the movie. Didn't have really too much of an issue with it. My only gripe with it was the fact that it felt a lot longer than it needed to be, which seemed to be kind of like a common consensus amongst people that I talked to about it. Other than that, I was really impressed by like the actual production that went into it. I loved, obviously Norway. I think it's a beautiful country. I thought the acting was really good. I even thought the trolls looked really good. I didn't really have high expectations going into it, but I thought it was fun. Would I necessarily watch again? Probably not mad that I watched it at all, so I say go for it if you want to watch it. What about you, Dan?
I thought it was different. I did like it. I probably wouldn't watch it if it was... I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it, but I would recommend it to somebody that was looking for a troll-related movie. I would say, hey, this is pretty good. So
Very far and few between. You need a troll movie?
I don't know. If it came up, I'd talk. I'd say, hey, I saw Troll Hunters. I thought it was pretty good. It's definitely different. By the way, it's in a different language. And then, but the thing you did say is I did think it was a little long. I do remember asking you how much was left of the movie, and you said 20 minutes. And then an hour went by, and I said how much of the movie was left, and you said 5 minutes. And then an hour went by, and the movie was over. But yeah. I did like it, though.
What about you, Matt Attack?
I didn't. Okay, I didn't dislike the movie. it felt incredibly long because it got going really quick, and then it just kind of was like, all right, now we're hunting trolls, and we're just going to continue to hunt trolls, and all of a sudden we're going to hunt the main troll, and we're done. So when you're doing like the pinnacle of the movie for 1 hour and 20 minutes of an hour and 40-minute long movie, it does tend to feel really, really long.
Mm-hmm.
But it was totally entertaining, and it wasn't the worst thing. It would be like a good background movie while you're drinking.
Absolutely. I agree.
The boss troll was pretty cool.
The boss troll.
And that's what it was. It was the boss troll.
I know. I just love that. That is awesome. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Monster Madness. Thanks for sticking around for our ramblings about this, that, and the other, and for us talking about troll hunters. Hope you check it out. Hope you're having a great day. And see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening. Reach out to us if you want.
Labor Day.